Or them when they get bigger. That's how he
watch our podcast, it gets spicy.
That's how he called himself first the thirst trap. I'm screenshot it.
You know.
She keeps saying it's blue. It's not even blue. She's trying to take my nigga to show him what she's talking about. That's crazy. She just ain't running up on. Hi, it's Taneya.
It's your girl Ashia.
It's yay.
Yay.
And it's your boy Rashad. Y'all already know what it is.
So today's topic is basically, is it prejudice to only want to date within your own race? What do you all think?
Fuck yes.
That's so strong.
Why? Why do you feel like it's prejudice?
So I won't say it's prejudice 100% of the times because again, everything is to each his own. So I won't say it's 100% prejudice 100% of the time. But from speaking, so I mean not even say a lot of the times, from personal experience and what I've been told and heard and what I've seen, a lot of people only date within their race because of how they were raised, in the sense of looking at other cultures and races. Like, you have some black people who won't date a white person solely because they're white. If they look weird, it's legit just because they're white. And that's because of how they view white people. And the same thing with, like, you have some black people fetishize Asian women. And it's like, it's only because they're Asian. It's only because they're Asian that they're doing so. And you have, like, with the white women who fetishize black men. Mm-hmm. So that's different because they're actually coming outside of their race. But with a lot of black people, I'm not going to say all of them, but from what I've noticed and personal experiences, I've noticed that it's, maybe it's because where I'm from, but I've noticed.
But we black.
Yeah. Like, you know, we're from, like, the hood, so it's different for, like, black people from the suburbs. It's different for black people from the suburbs and other demographics. So maybe it's probably, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking that way because of my demographic.
Okay.
No, because have you had other conversations with other black people and stuff?
So I have, which they're more open to dating, you know, outside of their race. But again, that's more the ones from the suburbs and more of the ones, you know, living that kind of lifestyle. More in the demographic of the hood, it's more so black.
I wouldn't say the hood though, but if you think about it, the city, that's a better correct term. Because there's a lot of black people within the city, so like they used to being around a whole bunch of black people. So I wouldn't say they necessarily just closed off of it because of the color. It's just that that's what they're used to seeing. And that's what they're used to dealing with, just on a daily basis. Like, they deal with other race, yes, but majority of what they probably deal with is just black people.
But that's why I say demographic and not city, because every city is different. So mind you, we're not just talking to Baltimore people here. Every city is different, but even with Baltimore City specifically, Baltimore City has a lot of white people too. Which is why I say the demographic is literally of the last, what is the word I'm looking for?
But like the social economic status?
Yes, of a lower social status. That's what I mean, because it's more
because we overpower the white people in Baltimore City.
You think so?
No, but if you're in Baltimore, I feel like if you were born in Baltimore City, like if you were like in the downtown area and stuff like that.
Depends on what part.
Right, you would be more so inclined to date outside your race because you're not learning the same things in the hood versus learning them in Canton. Not to say that they're too far off, not to say the knowledge is too far separate. Okay. But if I'm living in Cherry Hill versus Canton, it's very two different fields, and we all know this.
But pause, why do the black people gotta be living in the hood when you refer to them versus
you have white people, but that's my whole point. That's my whole thing too. In Cherry Hill, the white people, the crackheads. Excuse me, the crackheads live in Brooklyn. The white crackheads. The white crackheads live in Brooklyn. That's a great example, Rashad. The white crackheads live in Brooklyn, and the black people live in Cherry Hill. Do you see these black motherfuckers coming from Cherry Hill crossing up into Brooklyn, mixing with these fucking white people? Yeah. Not to say it don't happen.
And Pigtown.
They right down the street, but they not fucking with each other like that.
Who?
The white people.
In Pigtown?
I'm talking. The difference between Cherry Hill and Brooklyn. That's what I'm talking about, though.
Oh.
Brooklyn's where all the lower class white people are. Cherry Hill is where the low class black people are.
You know,
again, you do have some blacks in Brooklyn as well.
There's a lot of black people in Brooklyn. Actually,
You have some blacks in Brooklyn as well. But when you're in those areas, 9 times out of 10, you're dating within your race.
I understand what you're trying to say.
I don't.
It's like you surrounded by what's around you. So if you surrounded by that race, that's what you.
That's what I was. That's what I was saying the whole time. But I just didn't like that she was referring to, when you refer to black people, you refer to them as like, I guess, like low income or like in the hood.
Well, no, I didn't refer to black people as I said. That's why I'm thinking, because that's where I was raised. I said demographic, not city. That's why I said that. Yes, that's why I said me. I'm going to talk about black people in general, because I did refer to white people too. That's why I said I want to talk about just black people. But I mean, maybe it's just my demographic and where I was raised that I'm thinking this way. I was raised in the hood. I am black, which is why I say that.
So
I'm not saying black people is always in the hood.
You already canceled. So Moriae. I'm a black person from the hood. Okay. Would you date outside your race?
Yes.
Taneya, would you date?
Yes, absolutely. Bring him here. Bring him here.
And now.
But maybe we ask why.
Well, I'm sorry, because you have we know Rashad's answer, but you got to ask him because they don't know his answer.
No, okay, so.
No, she about to explain hers.
I'm not prejudiced. I promise you I'm not. Because I can find any race attractive no matter. It's just
that. It's not until a good start.
It's not? Like, no, because.
No, go ahead.
It's like when you say, like, they're not racist.
Go ahead. It's not my racist, but.
This is giving.
Go.
I feel attacked.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm scared.
This is a safe space. Go ahead.
It'll seem safe. I'm scared.
I'm crying.
I don't know what to say.
We love everyone here.
Yes. We joke and we play a lot. We do not mean to offend anyone at all.
Yeah, we got white friends and.
No, he's making it worse. No, we respect and we love all cultures, colors, races, ethnicities. That do not get us mixed up. We respect them all. We love them all. It is no discrimination whatsoever.
Y'all will hear from my PR. I'll write an apology letter.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to calm down. They will just like this video. Oh my God. Okay. All right. My reason for it is, it's not even because I'm surrounded by black people, this, that, third. It's just that that's what I'm attracted by them. Like, I'm sorry, but black men is just so, oh my gosh. Like, it's just something about them. It's nothing wrong. I could see anyone. You know, I used to have a white boy crush.
And I said, what's the difference? You said it's like something about black men. I'm saying, like, what?
It's just the vibe, the swag, the demeanor, like, it's just something about them.
Would you agree? I asked if it was a culture thing. She said yes. Would you agree?
I guess.
Because that's what you're presenting. It's a cultural thing.
Black men got a certain culture to them that you're just not going to see in a white man.
Okay, I mean, yeah. If you want to put it like that, then yeah.
So it's a cultural thing more so for you.
Yeah, so it's not like, I don't, like, because you know you said white.
Because that's a big thing, too. That's a big thing with dating outside your race. Your cultures are very different. So what you find acceptable may not be acceptable in next culture.
And it's like I don't have no problem with, it's not like, I'm just not attracted. Like, you could be fine. I know, oh, he's so cute, he's so handsome. But I wouldn't go for it because it's not what attracts me. Like,
they fine, but they're not fine for you.
Yeah, like, you could be fine, not attractive. Because you can be attracted to different things in people, not only their looks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I guess with black men, I'm more attracted to the cultural part of them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Versus their look. Because I could look at any, you know, I used to have a white boy crush. I could look at any guy and be like, oh, he's so fine. Oh my God, da da da. But like, if I don't get that type of attraction that I need other than the look, I don't want them. And this black men just have that cultural attraction, and it's like, I guess it's relatable, but I'm not gonna say like, oh, I don't like this race. You know, I'm not like that. It's just that that's what attracts me. That's what I want. That's what I like about them. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm not prejudiced. It's just that's what I like.
Ashia.
At first. At first, I did have a preference, and I wanted to stay within my own race. But life happened, so I'm in an interracial relationship. I feel like it's like an AA meeting. I mean, I'm open to it now, but it was definitely a process because it was missing that cultural aspect for me at first, and I was like digging like real hard to be like, like just trying to find it. But the more,
balance.
yeah. But the more I got to know him and just kind of like vibe out with him, I was like, all right, okay, I can do this. So yeah, Raylan.
Yeah, I'm open to dating of a race. The reason why I went last, and everybody here knows, like, I kind of date around like the globe.
The rainbow. Every color of the rainbow.
Date around the globe.
Basically, at this point, I dated so many other race. Like, they already know that, like, I'm open to other race, but also my race as well. And I'm not shy away from my race. It's just that I see the beauty in everybody, and I see potential in everybody. It just depends on the individual. I feel like at the end of the day, it just depends on the individual, and if we can like make it work, our cultural differences, and if like they're a good fit, if we're a good fit for each other, just in general. I guess being with your own race, it is a little bit easier in some aspects, and dating interracial is a little bit more challenging. So you gotta be a little bit more choosy of who you date interracially, because like you got some people that just fantasize about you because you're another race, and also you gotta make sure y'all just compatible just in general, because y'all may not be compatible. So like it's just a little harder, but I feel like, you know, I'm here for the interracial, and I'm just here for people being open-minded in general.
What's your preference?
I'm here.
You know what you're here for, but what's your preference? What do you prefer? What's at the top of your list? We ain't saying that you only got one on the list.
If you a hot boy, just say you a hot boy. It don't matter now, period.
Okay, so I don't. Okay, so.
No, I don't feel like this is a safe space. If everybody has their preference, and that's okay. It's a difference between having your preference and being disrespectful. We're not being disrespectful. We just have a preference.
Right. I don't. To be honest, I really do not have a preference. Now, my history and what I know, I normally, I guess, kind of go to, and my friends will know. It's kind of like the Spanish culture.
Spanish is a sexy language.
Yeah, like I like.
That's noches.
I do like, you know, it just seemed like, judging from my past dating history, I just got a thing for like, you know, the Spanish people and the Spanish culture and just like them in general. So I feel like they like, I guess if somebody else was to put me on the spectrum, they would say that would be my first preference. Because like I technically don't have a preference. It just, they kind of lure my eye in a lot. But a whole bunch of races lure my eye. I literally dated all over the place. So, like Spanish, different types of Spanish, different white people, different types of white people. Like, I'm trying to give Pacifics because I feel like I'm just being like Brazilian, Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Black, Portuguese, Filipino. It's just like the list just goes on.
Yes.
So like, I'm just here for the interracial.
So do you feel like?
Go. No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So now because my question was going to take us a little into that same thing, but a little off that too. So
what's what you said?
I was just going to ask, do you feel like it's a disservice, like when you date outside your race, or like you're letting down your black community?
Ooh.
Okay, so that ties. Okay, so great. So actually, ours can kind of tie in. So since you said that, mine was going to tie into more so the parental thing. So if you bring home somebody who's outside of your race to meet your mom or something, and maybe it doesn't go well, or maybe it does go well, like that. That's where I was going. So it's a little about what she's saying too.
I guess you could speak on that because none of us have really experienced that.
When I did bring my significant other home, the one I was dealing with at the time, that was Mexican. Uh, I wasn't really nervous, to be honest. I just was like, mind you, this is the first time I was ever bringing a guy home, just in general, from being out. And I just was like, well, I'm just bring him to this family event. I don't even care what people really think. He's there. Hello. So, but it didn't go as bad as I expected. It was a little awkward for, I feel like, both parties. But he was a kind of like an awkward person in general. And my mother was just warming up to a lot of stuff. First of all, she's warming up to her son being gay and in that aspect. And then she's also dealing with me dating interracial. So at first she was a little on the awkward side, but she warmed up to him and she actually liked him. So it kind of worked out eventually. Because I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like mothers know if their person is a good fit for their child or not. So I feel like maybe she had that intuition where it's though like, yeah, he may not be my cup of tea, but I can see that my son is happy.
I'm laughing because the moment I'm like, damn, his knee went high. My knee could never go that high. I was looking at you. I said, damn, my knee could never touch my ear.
What you say?
I got a question for you guys though.
Yes.
Because we got, how do y'all view people that don't date that race, but they just only date interracial?
I feel like
it's like your own race. It's questionable. Like, why you don't like your own race?
Oh, you said. I'm sorry. Wait.
Oh,
you only date interracial. You don't date within your own.
Like, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard that wrong. I thought.
But
did I hear it wrong?
Is it a hate towards your race?
Okay,
oh, yes. You just don't like your race.
Like, what you mean? Like I said, you
date outside your race, but you don't have no problem with women that's
on
your race.
But we don't know that.
We don't know that. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
What's your views on somebody that is a certain race? They don't date their race.
Okay.
They date everything but their race.
I know somebody who like that. Okay.
Why are you pointing at me?
No, you was talking, so I was saying.
I forgot where I was at.
A podcast. the guy who do the podcast.
I know he's about to say.
Yes, him. Fresh and Fit. They don't like black women, and he doesn't. He says he's not a black man, even though.
But see, but that's the thing about that one. Okay, you don't date black women. That's not your preference. Okay, but he was like, we don't do no darkies. We don't do that right there is disrespectful.
He's giving colorist.
That's colorist and disrespectful. If you don't date black women, that's fine. But if you don't date white men, that's fine.
You
but don't bash them. I know.
Just give yourself hate.
I feel like you hate yourself a little inside if you don't like your race.
I know a white female who prefers only black men. And we've listened to her talk about white men as if that's not her race. If we would even question her, we would be like, well, why are you talking bad about him? Like why are you doing that? That's your race. Like, even if that's not your preference, why are you downing that man? So, like, I think that right there is prejudice. When you going against your race, but then you disrespecting your race. If I'm not your type, but you still respect me as a woman, that's fine. Right. But when you say, oh, no, I don't like her because I don't do no darkies. I don't do no, she too dark for me. That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
It's okay to say my preference is not darkies. Again, it's okay to say that. And it comes to listen. Excuse me, pause, listen. And that's what it's exactly want to go. It is insensitive the way you worded it, but it's okay to say that because that, again, is what? Your preference. You can't tell me that's right. You can't tell me that's wrong because that's what I prefer. I may have worded it vulgarly, but that's what I prefer. So nobody can tell me that I'm wrong. Society needs to stop being so sensitive with people's preferences and what they choose to do.
Is it over?
Right, that's disrespectful.
How I just came off and said it is vulgar and it's insensitive, but that does not make me wrong for saying
it. Is he saying
the difference?
No, because
you don't get a difference.
No,
I get the difference. I get what you're saying.
What I said was not wrong. How I said it was wrong.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm still saying that I don't agree with it. So as you said, like, let's just say darkies, black people at that point. We're talking about black. So as you saying, like, if a light-skinned black person, would you go after a light-skinned black person, or like, is it just like black people in general?
When I say when I said darkies and I said it on purpose, the reason why I said it is because, like you said, I can go for light skin, but I'm not going for nobody no darker than caramel. Not me. I'm not saying that this is me. I'm giving an example. But when I say I'm not going nobody that's darker than caramel. So I'll fuck with the light skins. I'll fuck with the caramels and the brown skins. But if you darker than caramel, I'm not fucking with you. And that's just my preference.
But see, you're black, so at that point, it's like we think you're colorist.
Yeah.
But outside of your race, if outside my race,
But why does that make? But why does that? But why is that colors? Because it's my preference. I didn't say I didn't like them.
That's your preference.
I didn't downplay them. Listen, but I didn't downplay them. I didn't speak bad on them. I just said what my preference was.
You said
that's
darkies.
your preference. However, but
that's not speaking bad on them. That's not speaking bad on them.
That's disrespectful. That's like damn near saying.
Yeah.
Like,
so if I say I'm not dating anybody darker than caramel,
at the same time, I mean that sounds better.
That sounds better, right?
But it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same. You still.
But that's my preference. Why is that colors?
Regardless, we all still black. We all still came from the same place.
I didn't say I don't like them.
You
I said I prefer.
It to me because of.
So if I say I prefer them, I didn't say I don't like them. I said I prefer.
Yeah, so okay, that's your preference. That's okay. But why do you have to call them darkies? It's bad enough that
darkie going back to the darkies words, and I just changed the wording for you so we can stop going back to that. I said darkie caramel so we can stop going back to darkies. Goddamn it!
It will make a dark skinned person feel some type of way that because her skin is darker.
But because you feel some way, that does not make me colorist because that's my preference.
No.
Because I didn't say I didn't say that I didn't like dark skinned girls. You asked me what my preference was. I don't like them.
Caramel, blah blah blah.
Right.
If you don't mention dark skin, nobody will even think of it because you already listed what you like.
I like them. No, that's not true because they do it all the time online. I like light skin. I like light skin with green eyes. Da da da.
Green eyes.
I like light skin. I like light skin with green eyes and da da da. But then you'll go ahead. Oh, you don't like black women or black is beautiful. Then you take me that online, and you trying to make it seem like I don't like black women. Never did I say I don't like black women. All I said was I prefer something else. That was all.
You can find it.
We can talk about it after.
It's going to drag it out even longer.
But
if you want a part 2. How about that?
Yeah,
if you want a part 2
to any topics, let us know in the comments because we can definitely drop a video to any
video that's a part 2 that you need some closure. If you have a question, anything you need to be answered, and you want us to do a part 2, let us know.
But we do gotta have a closing statement. So like, what's the closing statement to this topic?
We will leave our socials as well at the bottom. So maybe if we're ever online, if we're ever on live or something, and somebody has like some questions they want to ask us pertaining to a certain podcast or something.
A closing statement. It's okay to have your preference, but how about just be respectful of other people
and be mindful of why you saying stuff and like really think about why you're saying it.
Yeah.
And not just blurt out stuff because it's a whole thing I can really get into. Dating interracial, you hear a lot of different stories and stuff like that. But like, yeah, we just gonna close out because it would take too long. Yes. But all right, we'll see you.
I'm sorry. Last thing, don't take everything as an attack. If I say my preference is one thing, that don't mean I'm bad mouthing anything out.
Right.
He located. Sometimes it's a thin line. But we gonna go. See y'all next episode.
Like, on subscribe.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you can see us every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.